Evening, JD from JD's Custom Buggies. About to wrap it up for the night. So this is our third progress video on this build. So far they've been running 3 consecutive nights in a row. So this is the third night, at least in the video series here. Where we got tonight, last night we finished our arms. Tonight we jumped on the spindles. Kind of tedious, a lot of cutting, and I just use a bandsaw because it makes for pretty good straight cuts. So that's kind of time consuming. Also welded in the bungs to the arms and did a little grinding, ground them down. Like most times when you weld in a bung, I noticed that the threads, they get distorted. So all these threads, they gave me a hard time screwing in the heim joints back into the arm. So I'm gonna have to, next time I take them out, I'll be chasing them with taps to clean the threads out. As far as the spindle goes, I'm trying to keep it simple and sturdy. The owner, the driver, does not want front brakes. He doesn't use them. He didn't have them hooked up when it was, you know, in its normal stock configuration. So this is kind of similar to Yerf Dog spindles that I build. Main difference is that we got a instead of a 5/8 spindle bolt, I'm using a 3/4. So it's basically a grade 8 bolt. I cut it down to length. It's welded on both sides of the body, so it's actually flush here, welded in. As it comes through here, I made this little boss here and drilled holes in it and put rosette welds in it and then welded it to the body. So it's fairly sturdy. The other thing that, now this is an incomplete spindle, so the other part of this is I am going to put tabs on the upper sides of both heim joints where the high misalignment spacers are. So they will be sandwiched between another set of tabs. So we'll have a tab coming here and the bolt will go through that tab, through the heim, out the other tab. Same thing here. There'll be another tab that comes out here. And being sandwiched between two of them like that, it'll make it a lot stronger. Pretty much fail-proof. As far as where I'm at now that I have spindles, this is going to help me with you know, figuring out shock mounts and whatnot. So tomorrow we'll probably work on the shock mounts. I mean, the spindles are they're complete enough for me to do what I have to do, and then I can go back and finish them later, but they kind of help with a point of reference. So shock mounts tomorrow, depending on how far I get with that. Hopefully that shouldn't take too much. I haven't figured out what I want to do for an upper mount. On a lot of my builds I do like a shock hoop, and I haven't quite figured out if I want to, you know, do that or something a little more conventional, but I'll figure that out tomorrow after a night's sleep. What's nice is, just to kind of give you an idea, we've got good arm articulation. I'm going to try and hold the camera. So, down on the ground, I took a measurement before the video. Basically 8.5 inches from the ground. This stand here is 21 inches. So, whoop, let me try that again. So from 8.5 inches to 21 inches, which is much more articulation than we'll ever use. They won't droop that far or that low. I like to give them an inch or two, and the shock is going to determine how low that arm's going to go when the shock is mounted. And the shock, if it ever compressed that much, it probably bent. So I think we're good. Side-by-side comparison. I'm going to bump into my welding table as I back up, maybe. Okay. But that's where we're at. This is where I'll be tomorrow morning when I walk in. So I think it's starting to look pretty good. Can't wait to get this part done and start a cage on this thing. And that's where the fun begins, because, you know, other than making it sturdy, it kind of that's where the fashion sense comes into it. You know, where you can get a little artistic and make it something different. Most people, when they look at buggies, they look at the cage anyway, and hey, that's cool. You know, so that's gonna be the fun part. So till tomorrow, have a good night.